On a chilly spring evening in Chicago, the city was alive with its usual hustle and bustle. Neon signs flickered, taxis honked, and the aroma of roasted chestnuts from a street vendor mingled with the crisp air. Among the crowd was a woman named Grace Patterson, a renowned author known for her bestsellers about resilience and redemption. Grace, wrapped in a wool coat, had just stepped out of a bookstore after a successful signing event. As she made her way down the busy street, a faint voice caught her attention. "Excuse me, ma'am. Can you spare some change?" The voice belonged to a middle-aged man sitting on the sidewalk. His clothes were worn, his face weathered, and his eyes carried a hint of sadness mixed with quiet dignity. Beside him, a small handwritten sign rested against his knees, "Homeless. Just trying to get home." Grace paused. Something about the man's plea struck her deeply. She turned to face him, her expression soft but curious. "Home?" she asked gently. "Where's home?" The man hesitated before replying. "Kansas City. It's where my kids are. I've been trying to save up for a bus ticket to get back to them." Grace crouched down to his level, her gaze steady. "What's your name?" "Nathan," he said. "Nathan Collins." "Nathan, I'm Grace," she said, offering a small smile. "Tell me something. How did you end up here, so far from home?" Nathan's story unfolded slowly. He moved to Chicago years ago for work, but after losing his job and struggling with health issues, his savings dwindled. A string of bad luck had left him on the streets. Despite the challenges, he spoke of his children with pride and longing. "They're my world," he said, his voice trembling. "I just want to be there for them again." Grace listened intently, her heart aching for him. When he finished, she reached into her bag and handed him a crisp $20 bill. "This is for something warm to eat," she said. "But stay here. I'll be right back." Nathan watched in surprise as she disappeared into the crowd. 15 minutes later, Grace returned, carrying a shopping bag. Inside were a new coat, gloves, and a hat. "It's not much," she said, "but it'll keep you warm." Nathan's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you. You didn't have to do this." "I know," Grace said, smiling. "But I want to help you get home. Let's get you that bus ticket." She pulled out her phone and searched for the next available trip to Kansas City. Within minutes, she purchased a ticket, handing Nathan the printed confirmation. "Your bus leaves tomorrow morning," she said. "There's a shelter nearby where you can stay tonight. I'll cover the cost." Nathan was overwhelmed. "I don't know how to thank you," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "Just promise me one thing," Grace replied. "When you get back on your feet, help someone else who needs it. Pass it forward." The next day, Nathan boarded the bus, a mix of gratitude and hope filling his heart. Grace waved goodbye, feeling a sense of fulfillment she hadn't felt in years. Weeks later, Grace received an unexpected letter. It was from Nathan. He wrote about his reunion with his children and how he found a job as a mechanic. "I'll never forget your kindness," he wrote. "You gave me more than a ticket home. You gave me my life back." A few months after that, Grace was invited to speak at a community center in Kansas City. As she shared her story about helping Nathan, a familiar figure stepped onto the stage. It was Nathan, looking healthier and happier than she'd ever seen him. He carried a small plaque and handed it to Grace. "To Grace Patterson," it read, "for reminding us that even the smallest acts of kindness can change lives." The audience erupted in applause as Nathan hugged Grace. In that moment, both of them knew the ripple effects of compassion were just beginning. Grace's act of kindness had not only changed Nathan's life but had inspired countless others to believe in the power of humanity.